So why are we subbing people on so late? Why are we subbing people on where they're subbing? Why?
It is
Gary the Gaffer.
Gary the Gaffer is more of like Gary the Guesser, it feels like.
No, man.
I'm telling you, it's feeling that way right now.
My boy.
I'm not sitting here saying that's who he is or that's what it is.
That's what you just said.
I'm saying it feels that way right now.
You're gonna love this.
I want to hear it. I'm objective. You're critical.
Anico at the disco.
He's positive. Join the Mixtape 615.
Today, tomorrow, yesterday.
It is the dopest supporter group in all of Nashville.
Forever. Testing. 1, 2, 3. Yo, this is a Mixtape 615, baby, and this is the place to be. Yo, if you're a Nashville Soccer Club fan, I'm talking to you, and yes, even you. This is the place to be. All right, y'all, lock in. Check it out. I'm your boy, Tunji, aka Young Turtle, aka D Soccer Face, aka SF Doom, aka the Big Kahuna and the Little Tuna Sandwich, aka Steam Poppy, aka Mr. Too Lit on a Wednesday night because it's half off Whiskey Wednesdays at Southside Kitchen and Pub, and I just got a paycheck, aka Mr. Sipping on a Mai Tai on his beach in Belize, feeling cool like a summer breeze, aka the dude with the cleanest pair of Jordans you ever did see. And this is a mixtape sipper.
That's a statement. That's a statement.
I don't know about that.
That's a statement in that sneaker game.
I mean, which J's?
Why did both of y'all say something right there?
I mean, which J's you trying to say? Because like
I'm talking to some sneakerheads here. You're talking to some sneakerheads.
I said the Jordan 1s, did I not?
I mean, if you're,
I don't like y'all testing my Jordan 1 games. What do you mean? Jordan 1s in general. I got the ones game on lock.
I mean.
You.
All right, we're gonna have to talk about this off pod, bro. We got to talk about this off pod. I don't even like the way you just came at me.
See, I got my case of shoes.
Yeah, but do you have ones? How many ones do you have in there?
3. I got some mids. I got 2 high.
Yeah, it's exactly what they are, mid.
I don't know.
Anyways,
I stick to my 12s mostly, man. Those things are way too comfy.
Yeah, whatever, man. Ones is the OG, and that's what I'm gonna stick with. Anyways,
here we go.
This is a Mixtape 615 podcast, baby. Austin, tell them who you are.
What's up? My name is Austin, aka Wild Main, aka the Fumbling Dublin, aka Ginger Snap, aka Chicky Parm Parm.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, he's doing it.
Where are we gonna run this one? Should we run it like AKA the J case?
No, you're not. No, we've already established I'm the Jordan 1 guy.
Yeah, so. Jordan 1s. I got some 4s over here.
Stop
I got
it.
some 6s, some airships even.
Stop it.
Some 12s.
Oh my god. Okay.
All right.
Oh, wow.
Who else we got?
I mean, send it on up, man.
Send
Name's
it on
Logan.
over.
AKA Beer Main, AKA Mr. C, AKA Mr. Roboto, AKA we have way too many AKAs.
Yeah, that's us. That's us.
So I'm gonna cut us off there. But thank you for joining us. We are brought to you by the Mixtape 615, the dopest supporter group in all of Nashville.
The dopest, baby.
The dopest.
The dopest.
We love to be here. We are brought to you by that support group. If you want to join in with us on that supporters group, it is easy to join. It is mixtape615.com. You can join us there, get your yearly scarf, get your perks. Like this next weekend, we're getting to do a little foosball action with some of the players. Oh yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. It's a supporters group thing. It's really awesome. So we get a little perk there.
That's why you got to join.
You got to join.
You also get some really cool perks, like some cool shout outs from us guys. And this week I'm gonna shout out Ursula Reed.
Hey.
It was her birthday this last week.
Happy birthday to
you.
Absolutely. Our president Brian was not able to be with us on Saturday, but it was really awesome to see that he was able to celebrate his wife. So we're going to celebrate her as well. We love to have our greatest members,
having a drink,
our most
Ursula.
awesome members Absolutely. So thank you
Cheers.
guys for joining us. Make sure
Cheers.
you hit us up on all of our socials as well. Mixtape 615, and you can find us on YouTube when it comes to this podcast at Mixtape 615 Pod. Austin, do me a favor, man. Take us into a game rewind.
All right, so we have a game rewind. That's where we're going to be talking about this previous match. We had Nashville versus Seattle. It was another draw, and this one was a goalless draw. We thought we had a couple chances. There were some chances, probably more chances in the first half than the second half. So what we saw from there was just some confusing substitutions we're going to talk about. Some difficult choices that we saw. I saw Dax actually give up some turnovers late in the game that is, just not like him. And so, Tunji, what did you see just kind of from this team? Kind of your your overall takeaway from this match.
Hold on, let me get limber, bro, because I think that Seattle did the Nashville game better than Nashville did.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. All right, let's get into it. Look,
like they learning from Gary.
I mean, maybe Gary might be learning from them. I don't know anymore. Seattle is an OG team.
Yeah,
so
yeah, for sure.
Here's the problem. Here's a problem with the game that I saw on Saturday. Seattle was a lot more aggressive, and on top of that, they were a lot more disciplined. They had 0 cards to our 3, right? They had how many shots did they have? Did they end the game?
13 shots on goal.
Gosh,
and 13 shots, 3 shots on goal.
Yeah.
Okay, great. How many shots did we have in general?
5.
How many were on goal?
1.
That's terrible. That is
there
awful.
Were 2 on goal officially recorded.
No, whatever it was bad. Like the first half, we were aggressive. We looked pretty good in the first half. I didn't think the game was from the first half. I didn't think the game was going to end the way that it ended. But what happened after the first half was an absolute travesty, because after the first half, we only took 1 more. In the second half, we only took 1 more shot. And then Seattle took what, like 8? So what were we doing? I don't know what we were doing in that game, in that second half.
We got lost in the midfield, and then our offense was not being able to be wasn't able to generate. They weren't coming together. Sam
and with that lineup, lineup,
exactly.
That to me was a lineup of death. And
I saw the lineup, and I was unfortunately I wasn't able to watch it live. I was able to watch it earlier, but I was at a party and I saw the lineup come up, and I literally turned to one of my buddies and I was like, this lineup, this is, if I could choose a Nashville lineup, this would be it. And then what did we do with it? Sam looked good in the first half. Sam Surge, I feel like he's kind of coming back, getting his legs back under him from the energy. He probably looked the best. Second half, he still had a couple of decent chances. But yeah, I mean, we talked about Hani coming back to Hani form, and it's not that he played poorly in this match, but he didn't look the same. But Logan, what did you see kind of from all of this? Give me your takeaway.
I think it's a little bit of everything. I think it is right players, wrong placement in some of that. I think we should have played a diamond in the mid.
Okay.
I really do. I think we really could have almost
had Leala
their lineup
out, and then Godoy up top. Or
had we done the 4-2-3-1?
Seattle play a diamond in the middle?
They had a 4-2-3-1.
Yeah,
they had a 4-2-3-1. Yeah,
exactly.
We had a 4-4-2 set up.
Yeah,
I think had we mimicked the way that they had theirs set up, I think we would have been a lot more successful. I also believe that we have some players that are not playing to their potential.
Ooh, call them out. Call them out.
I mean, I absolutely will. And this is not a knock on these players. These are the players that very easily could be more than what they're showing right now, because we have seen them show better. Players like Schaffelberg, I don't know if it's a step too slow or if it's a head game for him right now, but there's something going on there. Sam Surge, right? He has been on point when he was in Leagues Cup, and he's been out of play for a minute. I think he had some really solid touches. There was just 1 or 2 things that didn't line up for him. Shaq Moore. Shaq Moore was out of position more in this game than I've seen him in any other game.
And Shaq Moore doesn't do that.
It
doesn't.
It was just mind blowing. And then
it's because he's been listening to me. I've been telling him. I've been like on the, me and him have
been hyping him up,
chats.
right?
I mean, we on the PMs. I'm like, yo, you need. I need to see you're the MVP. I'm just like bigging him up,
But it's not only that. There was really weird Gary subs. I mean, I don't understand Alex Muyl coming on for Shaq. I really don't. I don't understand some of the midfield changes. I don't understand anything. The only sub that really made sense to me was Fafa coming on for Shaq Moore or Schaffelberg.
Davis for Godoy. That made sense. It's a typical sub for us. It's one that we make most games. Him coming in for Dax or Godoy.
It's one that we make. It still doesn't make sense to me. With the way that way you're bringing off like somebody who I believe is a true leader on our team.
Godoy had a yellow. He was on a yellow.
I know,
and that's two games in a row. He's on a yellow.
Soft yellow.
Absolutely. Both games where he got his yellow, he got ball first. The San Jose match, I would say, might have been a little bit more aggressive, but yeah, this match was so soft.
Absolutely. There's one good thing that came out of the night, and it had nothing to do with us. It was the fact that we clinched based on circumstances. We clinched a playoff position, and I'm gonna end on that positive when it comes to my side of things. I love the fact that we did
that's weak
clinch.
sauce, bro. That's weak.
Hey,
I don't want to.
I love the fact that we clinched.
I don't want to clinch like that. That's weak.
I don't want to clinch like that, but I'm happy we made it to the playoffs. That's 4 years in the league with 4 playoffs. I'm fine with that right now. I love it. I love it. And that just means that means that we can either rest some people or we can really attack and play towards something big.
We do not need to rest anyone right now. We've got to create chemistry. That's what I saw from this is like with this lineup, like what we talked about, this was the Nashville lineup that we should have played. You can interchange maybe Schaffelberg and Fafa, but outside of that, this was our playoff lineup. Okay, well, and get McNaughton back in whenever he's get him in whenever he's healthy.
Over Jack Mayer.
Outside of
what is happening with McNaughton right now? Do you know?
Lower body injury, I believe, is what it's listed as.
So the whole lower
but I'm
half
not
of his
sure.
body?
I'm not sure what it is, but it is. I'm pretty sure that I can double check that.
He injured
I'm pretty
himself
sure it's still listed as a double.
That's why a lot of us don't understand it or know it.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's
literally outside of two
best.
different players, maybe interchanging, but they're playing the same style at least. This is the Nashville lineup, and it's chemistry right now. Like our offense, don't change anything about that. Maybe Fafa, but with our strike, I mean, with Hani and Sam, they got to get chemistry. With Leal, he's got to get chemistry. But what's more worrisome to me is we don't know how to play the ball in the middle. We play it outside. I mean, our set pieces, I think,
we know how to send it to the middle. For
I was saying, we know
header or
we know how to do that, but I've been watching a lot of Bundesliga recently because I'm a big Bayern Munich fan, and that's that league has started up. And while watching that, comparing, like going back and forth, watching match for match, like the German football, and I think it's Europe in general. I don't think it's just German, because y'all watch a lot of EPL. Tell me if I'm correct in this, but they play it up the middle a whole lot more and work it up. And then playing back is not playing like way back and then constantly going back. It is playing back and the defenders are attacking as soon as they get it. They're moving it back.
It's a play for a setup. It's not a play back because you're scared to attack. It's a play for a setup.
And so watching this match, like right after I watched a Bayern Munich match, that's, watching them play it up the middle and watching them move it through in tight spaces, it was hard to watch because there was no chemistry from our players. And these guys, Hani, Leal, Schaffelberg, they've played together for a while now. Sam, yes, it's entering, but he probably looked at the best position of the 4 of them, I would say, on our attack.
Austin,
y'all were there. I'm watching.
No, I was there, but first off, you should never watch an MLS game right after a European game. Like,
I mean,
don't
we're
do that,
getting
bro.
there. We're getting there, but we are not there yet. And I understand and agree with that. However, This game also spoke to, and I think the announcers even said it. These are the two best defenses in the MLS right now. So you were gonna see, and they're both very much a counter-strike style offense. So you are gonna see a lot of that slow play, a lot of that head-to-head like that. It likens to the 2011 Alabama versus LSU college football game. That very big defense, like you're not going to make a lot of moves. You're not going to be able to move very far. It's going to be that style of game with these two teams, Seattle and Nashville. That's what we did see. It's what we kind of expected going in. We had some real solid scoring chances. In fact, right before the game, I even said, in the 28th minute to the 29th minute, you're going to see a Sam Surridge strike on goal. 27-30 in the 28th minute, right there.
What? You did 27-30, bro.
I straight up called it while we were sitting at the tailgates. You can ask our boy Bill.
Did you have a crystal ball as well?
No, but Bill looked at me. He straight up looked at me and was like he was sitting right in front of us, because Tunji, you saw exactly where he's sitting. He literally went, "How did you?" And I was like,
well, we'll wrap this up. We'll wrap this up for all of your tarot card readings. Go see, Beer Main over here.
He's got.
We're gonna get into. We might have a little bit of a tease from what we just talked about, but this next segment after our break, we're doing the good, the bad, and the ugly. And this is just an overall, what are we seeing from Nashville? So we'll talk about that right after the break. What's up, guys? It's Wildman here. I'm here to drop some knowledge on you about the dopest supporters group in all of MLS, Mixtape 615. We're all about that high energy, that game day excitement, and creating unforgettable memories. So if you want to join, visit mixtape615.com right now and become part of the coolest crew around. Mixtape 615, where soccer passion meets pure adrenaline.
And we are back. Mixtape 615 podcast, baby. I'm your boy, Young Turtle. What we're going to talk about right now, all right? So right now, Nashville Soccer Club, the Nashville Soccer Club, NSC, your favorite soccer team in the whole wide world. Yes, sir. Has clinched playoffs, not by their own volition, but by the help of a lot of other people. Whatever. Look,
it's always a team effort, right?
It's a multiple team effort.
It's like when we won the Southern Championship belt. Hey, it was a win. A win's a win. We clinched the playoffs. A clinch is a clinch.
Is a win, baby. But look, man, there right now, when it comes to where we are at in the season, there is some good, there is some bad, and there is some really ugly. That's what we're about to talk about. So let's get into it, man. You know what, Logan? I think I'm gonna kick it to you.
All right.
Tell me, and what we're talking about. Let's make sure we reframe for the listeners, right? The good, the bad, the ugly. What this segment is about. What we want to know is, up until this point, from the beginning, from the first kick of the season, from first kickoff of the season to this point right now, we want to know what the good, the bad, the ugly is, and what that means looking forward. Pretty much for playoffs, since we just clinched playoffs. So, Logan, give me your good, bad, and ugly.
All right. Well, I would say my good is going to be our fast attacks. Guys like Fafa Picault, guys like Schaffelberg, Hani, even Bunbury getting in there, Sam getting in there the way he did during Leagues Cup. We've got a lot of really good fast attacks going. I'm very happy with the way that we played in a lot of those games when it comes to how we're attacking, how we look on that offensive aggressive side of things. When it comes to the bad, I kind of want to lean towards left post. I love my boy left post, but we should not be letting balls hit the post. Like, our goalies need to be on that a little bit more. Joe just had another clean sheet. We're very proud of him. I even pointed at him from the stand. We were pointing back and forth at each other.
Well, that was with help from the top post. This
it was
match.
Definitely help.
It was also with help from VAR, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
and VAR,
everyone saw that. Being on the stand, I was like, he's offsides. It's very simple. It's very easy.
Yeah, no, that was clear. But I don't know, man. You're saying bad is left post. I'm like, I don't know if that's
left post. being the fact that we've relied almost too much
that's the way
recently
to say it. Yeah.
on luck in our goal, in our first third, our defensive third.
We would have lost the
League's
Cup final in regulation if it wasn't for left post.
Oh,
Let's
easily.
just keep it real.
Campagna
forgot how to score.
Hey, we would have lost.
Didn't Messi hit the post once?
No,
I think that was right.
I think Messi hit the post.
That's what I'm saying, but I think
Messi hit post.
No, it was left post. You're right. It was left post.
Yeah, he did hit left
post. And
Campagna
hit right post. Sorry, I had my post mixed up.
It's okay. We're standing looking at it from a different perspective.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what it is. Don't crucify me.
But I'm saying we're relying too much on luck for our goalies to get out and away.
Yeah, I agree.
Atlanta would have won 8-0 had it been that case.
8-0. Relax.
Bro, they had 3 or 4 hit the post that we could have easily lost. San Jose would have beat us. There's so much that could have easily happened had it not been for left post.
Is this also your ugly?
No. I've got something worse for ugly.
What you're talking about,
but I'm saying is our defense. Our defense has got to be a little stronger with where they're playing currently. They were doing great in the beginning of the year. They've fallen off a little bit. I'm not saying a lot, but a little bit. We got to tighten that back up. We got to make sure that our goalies are not sitting there having to rely on the left post, having to rely on that luck side of things to win. And then when it comes to my ugly, it's Gary substitutions. I have seen the most, and I talked about it a little bit in this last game, but it is becoming more and more and more confusing as to why he's putting people in the places that he's putting them in when he brings them in. I understand one substitution out of the last 7 that we've made, and that is Fafa for Schaffelberg in this last game. It's because I wanted to see that more attack. When he brought Alex Wheel in, I immediately thought it was going to be an attack. But then he brought Hackison on for Davis on for Godoy, and I'm like, these guys are not attackers. Like, what are we doing here? And so it really was confusing as to why he was bringing in the people that he was bringing in when he's bringing them in. It's also the late substitutions that he's had, extremely late when we should have been putting them in 8 minutes before that time. And there were opportunities. Yeah, we don't need
87-minute subs.
We don't need 83rd, 87, literally at 90-minute substitutions. There's no reason to do that.
Unless you're wasting time and you're up. He's doing it when we're tied.
Yeah, but that's
he's doing it when we need a boost, and it's like you missed the boat.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, he's doing it when we should have had a boost 20 minutes before in the 70th. It should have been a sub in the 58th minute. It shouldn't have been a sub that late. If we're going to make that change and we're going to try and attack and we're going to try and move forward, make that change earlier. Let's see that strength come through, because we do have some really strong subs that we've had come in. I mean, look at literally what Sam and Bunbury have done back and forth with each other recently. They've come in and attacked. I mean, even though Teal, kind of kicked it over the net this last time, he came in and he attacked. I mean, he had a shot on goal. Or a shot.
Look, you had me in the first half. All right? I'm gonna just call it. Like, in the first half, I was looking at you kind of suspiciously. I was like, I don't know if this guy knows what he's talking about. But honestly, though, you got me in the second half. You really brought it home, and I was like, yeah, he's right. The late subs, the weird positioning for some of these subs. I think you're right. I think you have a good solid point there, and that needs to be looked at. If you go back and look at a lot of the games, I've found myself asking those same exact questions. Why are we subbing people on so late? Why are we subbing people on where they're subbing? Why? It is Gary the Gaffer.
Gary the Gaffer is more of like Gary the Guesser, it feels like.
No, man.
I'm telling you, it's feeling that way right now.
My boy.
I'm not sitting here saying that's who he is or that's what it is.
That's what you just said.
I'm saying it feels that way right now. I've become more and more confused as the year has gone on.
Fine.
As to why he's putting in the people that he's putting in.
Okay. All right. I hear you. I really wish I didn't ask you about your ugly, because that was disgusting.
But it's accurate.
Fine. Look, thank you for your summation of good, bad, and ugly. It will be taking into record. But what we want to hear right now, Big Ginger Snap, what you got for me, bro?
What's
good,
up?
bad, ugly.
What's
give it up.
up?
Give it up. Tell the people what they want to hear.
All right. So second about the good, I'm gonna reflect. I'm a little nostalgic. I'm a 90s kid, right? So let's do some reflecting. Let's talk about Leagues Cup. And let's talk about how Nashville looked in Leagues Cup. That right there is the good. That is the best that we have seen from Nashville to this point. If we can get back to that play, then we are making moves in the playoffs. I don't care who we're playing. We are making moves in the playoffs. So that right there is the good. If we can make those like what we saw with the Kansas City game. If we can make the moves where Hani is actually playing like a center forward, where he's actually making those moves or rather making the passes. If we can play through the middle, if we can have those strikes, those set pieces, I don't know. We just look different. We had better energy. So that's my good. My bad would probably be post Leagues Cup.
Yeah.
This recent
I think
play,
that's everybody's bad, dude.
This hangover, man. I mean, I don't know if it's our defense. I'd probably say my bad. Yes, it's
not the
post-Leagues Cup,
defense.
but
It's not the defense.
No. My bad would probably be our midfield play. Because
Okay.
I don't even know if it's the strikers, because we've talked about like Sam's found himself in good position. Teal's actually got a couple goals.
Hani's found himself in good position.
Hani's found himself in good position. So it's when we played Fafa and Hani up front, that looked good.
Mm-hmm.
And it's probably our midfield play. That would
I'd agree with
probably
you.
be
100%. I agree with
my
you.
bad, because it's our through balls. It's
Yeah,
we
they're not going
find
anywhere.
ourselves making runs
Mhm.
and then giving the ball away. Like
Yep.
that's my bad. And then
I think
ugly,
Gary said pretty much that in his post game interview. He was just like, "We
Okay.
made a mistake every time we passed it forward." But what's your ugly? What's your ugly?
So my ugly is, and I'm trying to think of a way to say this delicately.
Don't.
What? Whose feelings are you trying to protect right now, bro?
Probably Tunji's, but that's about it.
Okay.
No.
I see where this is going.
My ugly is our form. The form that we're playing, the shape that we're playing.
The 4-4-2
we're
playing.
We are not playing and putting ourselves in a position, and I'm not blaming Gary, because he's putting us. I think our shape isn't necessarily the problem. I think it's the execution. But we weren't playing these same shapes, and maybe we were. Maybe I need to go back and look back at Leagues Cup, see what we were doing. But our execution was so much better if we were playing the same shapes. But our form is not there. We are drawing matches that we should win. We are missing opportunities. Schaffelberg, I don't know if he's playing through an injury. I don't know if he's lost a step. I don't know if he's second guessing himself.
He's not the same guy.
But he had an opportunity in like the 45th minute, right before halftime, where it was him and the goalie. All he had to do was make a one-touch or one time a shot. Tunji, I think in our text
stopped the ball versus kicking it away from him.
Well, no, but in our text before this, you even said, I don't know if he has that in his bag, and that's concerning. That's concerning.
I haven't seen it.
A attacking midfielder who is as fast as he is doesn't have a one time. Maybe we're seeing. Maybe
even
we're
Real
seeing
has a one time. It may not always be accurate, but he has it.
Rafa too.
Look, I get it. I get it.
So that's my
I
ugly.
wish I didn't ask any of y'all the ugly. I just wish I would have asked y'all the good, because that ugly was super. All of those uglies were.
It's ugly. It's ugly.
Look, let me give y'all mines, and then we're gonna move on to the next segment. Goodness gracious, man, you're killing me. You're killing me, Ginger Snap. All right, this is the good for Nashville right now. Let's bring it home for the fans.
Okay,
let's get them something to really latch onto right now. Our defense is good. Our defense
Yes.
is good,
Yes.
man.
Oh,
Yes.
We're
Yes.
number one
Okay.
in shots allowed. Like, people aren't getting shots on us. That is good. Our defense is definitely what's good. We are
Yes.
intimidating to play, whether it's home or away. And teams know it's going to be a grind against us every time they come up against us. Also, let me just tack on one other piece of good. Guys, we qualified for the Champions Cup.
Yeah. Yeah.
CONCACAF. Yep.
CONCACAF Champions Cup. We qualified, right? So, yes, maybe we went into this season hoping we were going to compete for an MLS Cup. Maybe we went into the season hoping we were going to end up in top 4 seed. We didn't get that, but guess what we got to see? All three of us, I'm pretty sure. Austin, were you at the
Yeah, I was there.
Leagues Cup final?
I was there. I was on drums.
We got to watch Nashville SC go up against Lionel Messi and Inter Miami in the Leagues Cup final at home. Guys,
and
we
push it
got
all the
something
way
out of
to
this season.
11 PKs.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. Here's the bad, because we gotta talk about it. We don't have enough attacking players. We don't have players who know how to attack. We just our attacking is terrible. It's just not good. Since we've been in the MLS, we've scored 167 goals, and guess who scored 38 of those?
Han Mukhtar.
That's 1/3.
Yep.
This is not good. This is not good.
Who's our next highest scorer?
I don't know. Don't care. We need more scores. Here's the ugly, y'all. This is the ugly. I thought we had quality depth. We don't have quality depth. It's showing right now. The form we've been in since out of Leagues Cup is showing me we don't have quality depth. And Leagues Cup, actually, to me, it was good. The results were good for me, but it completely derailed our season. Now we're limping into the playoffs, and I just don't think we're a threat to the higher seeded playoff teams that we're about to play.
Even with the rest that we had from the 20 for the 18-day rest, it did a little bit for that short burst.
It got a little boost.
It did that for that short burst. And then
there was jet lag going to California. And then jet lag coming home, apparently.
It looked like, yeah.
That's what it is. Well, like I said, I don't think we're going to be a threat to the higher seeded playoff teams. And speaking of playoffs, what do we got next? We got some predictions for the playoffs. Is that what we're about to do?
We're about to have to see exactly where we're going to land in the playoffs and what we think we're going to be able to do.
All right.
That's coming up next.
What's up, guys? It's Wildman here. I'm here to drop some knowledge on you about the dopest supporters group in all of MLS, Mixtape 615. We're all about that high energy, that game day excitement, and creating unforgettable memories. So if you want to join, visit mixtape615.com right now and become part of the coolest crew around. Mixtape 615, where soccer passion meets pure adrenaline.
Welcome back, everybody. Thank you guys so much for sticking with us. We are here for some playoff predictions. As you can see on our screen right now, if the postseason were to start today as of recording, we are in the number 7 seed playing against Orlando number 2. Now, this year, the playoffs do go a little bit different than what we normally see. We have a best of 3 series against the teams that we play against in the first round. So it'll be a home away home game for the higher seeded team. It'll be an away home away game in the lower seed. So it is guaranteed that every single team that has made the playoffs has at least one home game for the playoffs itself. This being said, right now we're looking at playing Orlando. We do play them this Wednesday as of recording. Again, Wednesday, October 4th. We play them at home. Guys, what are we seeing? What are we thinking? Austin, in particular, what are you seeing, and what team do you think will end up playing against? What do you think that we have the most chances against as it sits right now with where we see ourselves landing?
That's a tough one. Because so much can happen in these final three matches. Well, we have 3 matches. I guess the rest of the league only has 1 or 2, because we had that one with the Revolution that was postponed due to Leagues Cup. So I think that we actually have more matches than the rest of the league. But
We
Revolution
do, but
being one of the ones
3
higher.
or 4. Is it?
I believe we have 3.
We have this game. We have 4.
Double check me on that.
We have 4. We have Orlando. We have Philadelphia at Philadelphia.
That's right. Sorry. 4 more matches.
Yeah, 4. 4.
Yeah, 4 more matches. You're correct. Sorry. I forgot about the Philly game. But anyways, 4 more matches. But still, regardless, I do think that we have more than the rest of the league. So we could actually jump more if we play better. We're not jumping, I don't think, into the top 4. Unfortunately, I don't think that we've got that in us with how we've drawn these last 2 matches, how our form has looked these past couple matches. I'm just trying to avoid having to play that wild card, the single elimination match, to even get to the best of 3.
Why? Why are you trying to avoid that?
Because it's single elimination, and if Nashville drops below,
well, who do you play? Who do you play in that wild card spot?
I mean, in that wild card spot,
it's NYFC, right, it's NYCFC, and then Club du Foot Montreal. And so,
and then if you get out of that, who do you play?
And then you're playing Cincinnati. That's what I don't want, because even if you make it through, even if you make it out of that single elimination match, you're playing Cincinnati. Now, granted, we had 1 win against them, but it was PKs. Now, each match, there's no extra time. It goes straight to PKs. So who knows? We've actually done well with PKs. If we can tie Cincinnati at the end of regulation, maybe we've got something. But I don't even want to get to there. No. I'm worried about this Orlando match coming up, because I had said, I think a couple episodes ago, that's kind of my big one that we need to win. I'm really worried about this one coming up on Wednesday. I don't know if we can make it through that. Best of 3 series gives us at least a better chance, because outside of this past match that we just talked about, we do play well at home. We can make make it rowdy, and playoff in Nashville is different. It is a different beast.
It means more, baby. It
just means more. I mean, we're bringing in that SEC slogan. But yeah, we're seeing some good matches. I think that we can go. I think that we can make some moves.
I like that. Tunji, who are you most afraid of in this next? Who do you?
I ain't afraid of nobody.
Who do you think we don't have a chance against? Who do you think we have the scariest play against in this group that we're seeing, especially in the East? In the current grouping that we're in, let's say we make it past Orlando, if it stays today, who are you more scared to play? A coachless Revolution or an on fire Atlanta team right now?
God, I don't want to say this on stream on air, but I'm gonna say it, man. Pretty mob, this one's
they're listening. You know,
this one's for you. I don't want to play Atlanta in the playoffs right now. Especially in the Benz, especially after what just happened to us in the Benz.
Well, and if we end up making it that far, it's single elimination. We're not making.
You're right. You're right. You're right.
I'm not saying we're not, but I think it is our hardest.
But my thing is just it's just because of the history, right? I would much rather play Atlanta at home right now, given the form we're in, given how well they know us as a team. I don't want to play Atlanta in the playoffs. I just don't want to see it. I'll take the Bruce Arena less revs over Atlanta United SC. And I just put that on record. I don't care. It's true. Orlando City, that's one that's always been a playoff like block for us, Like I
feel like we've played them in the playoffs more than any other team.
Yeah. It's always we always come up against them. It's just
2020 we played them. I know 2021 we played them also, because Austin and I were both at that game. Last year we played
Philly and we got knocked out. No, we played Philly and got knocked out
by Philly. But did we play Orlando? No, we didn't beat them.
No. Last year I don't.
It was first round.
Played them at all, but we played them. I know in the 2 before, in the 2 years prior to that, last year. Now this year, it looks as though it's lined up as it sits right now. We're playing against them again. This has been the most consistent team. I feel like we know each other really well when it comes to playoff play as well.
Yeah, however, for sure.
I feel like they've caught our number the last couple times.
But I like the fact that if the rankings, if it stands as it is right now, if we go into the playoffs as it is right now, and we are gonna play Orlando City, right? The Lions, whatever they call themselves. Rawr. The Sun Cats.
I apologize.
Goodness gracious.
I'm thinking back a couple playoffs. I think Nashville lost to Galaxy last year. We weren't in the East. We were in the West.
No,
Yeah.
that's true. Yeah,
I was like, wait.
no, you're right. You're right. You're right.
Sorry.
But look,
Continue.
I don't like seriously, man. If when it comes to playing, when it comes to having a chance to play Orlando at least twice, like or like first to 2 wins, I'm here for it. Actually, I'm actually here for it. I want to see that, man, because there is some payback. There is some real payback that Orlando has, or that we have, that we're gonna give to Orlando.
Orlando has coming for it. That's what it is.
Oh man, dude, they've got some uncashed checks, and we're about to cash them for them.
Well, I hope we can cash them this week against them.
We're gonna catch them out. We're gonna catch them outside.
I hope so, because I want to see us. I want to see us get a great win this coming week. Again, Wednesday night, October 4th, at Geodis against Orlando.
We want to see you there.
We do want to see you there. I think we're all going to be there. I do want to see us there. Thank you guys again for joining us here at the Mixtape 615. Please join us as a supporter and part.
Oh wait, are we closing right now?
Oh yeah, we're closing.
Oh man.
I know. There's so much more I want to say, but I want to leave it because we got some more we want to talk about this week.
Right. Let them know. Let them know, Logan. Let them know.
Please come in and join us. Make sure that y'all join us here at Mixtape 615 at mixtape615.com. Hit us up on all of our socials at Mixtape 615. And if you want to watch this podcast, if you've been listening, we love you. Thank you so much. If you want to watch the podcast on our YouTube channel, it is at Mixtape 615 Pod. Outside of that, everybody, thank you so much. Thanks for our listeners. We did get a lot of great feedback this last game. We do want to continue to hear it. We want to continue to see it. Special shout out for our Doug Branson, our producer.
He said our Doug. Oh, that's so sweet.
Doug.
He's our Doug.
He's one of our own. He is. He truly is. Thank you so much for everybody out there who is listening. Keep on moving. Keep on growing. And until next time, this is Mixtape 615 signing off.